Now, the other challenge that we are all facing in India is the supply of oxygen. Now, when does one need the oxygen support? I mean, what are the levels below which uh, we would definitely need to have oxygen support?
So, a normal oxygen saturation is anywhere between 94 to 97%. So once your oxygen saturations are going down, it's obviously, alarming, something you need to, look out for. I would suggest that patients who have confirmed COVID or have very symptoms similar to COVID should certainly check their oxygen saturations anywhere between 4 to 6 times a day. Make sure the saturations are above 94, and as long as they're above 94, it is okay. Once you start seeing your oxygen levels dropping, I would say that yes, now is a time to probably start looking for resources to get either an oxygen concentrator at home, or obviously seeking out help from your medical provider to see what next steps would you should do. Certainly, once your saturations drop below 90%, you should be started on supplemental oxygen. Usually the initial starting point is 1 to 2 liters of oxygen flow per minute, either given by an oxygen concentrator or oxygen cylinder. I've seen a lot of cans of oxygen. I think they're totally useless. They're very, very temporary. And, those cans with a spray, I don't think those work. If you really need oxygen, you either need an oxygen concentrator or an oxygen cylinder to provide you oxygen. Once you start seeing your oxygen levels are dropping, I think very importantly, you should start working on breathing exercises. You should start working on keeping yourself prone. I'm sure everybody has heard about, what a prone position is. Basically, is that you lie flat on your stomach and try to kind of open up your lungs. What proning does is all your lung tissue kind of tends to collapse on each other when you're sitting up or when you're lying down. So when you prone yourself, because of the gravity, those dead portions of the lung kind of start opening up. We call it recruitment of lungs, where your lungs kind of open up more space for your blood to be oxygenated a little better. And a lot of time, even in front of me, a lot of time patients tell me that their oxygen saturations really shot up significantly when they're proning. The duration of proning is another question where people ask, how many hours do I need to be prone all day long? The simple answer is the most you can do is better. The more you can do is better, because your lungs are gonna keep recruiting themselves. The key is to rotate your body around so that you have moving all your body. It's not like you're just sitting in one position. The key is not to just sit in one position. Try to keep rotating around. Try to be a little active around the home, not be bed bound all the time. If you have the energy, try moving around. And obviously keeping up your oxygen levels in check. If they're rapidly dropping, or even if it's supplemental oxygen, your oxygen levels are not going up, obviously this is an indication that you need to seek medical help, probably go into a hospital, and be under the care and direct supervision of a hospital, basically.
So so that's my next question. When do you suggest the patient must be taken for hospitalization? At what stage do you think that it is important to get patient into a hospital? Because we have no
So
beds available here. ICU beds is a separate thing, but even basic hospitalization is becoming a challenge in the city.
yes, and it is very scary. I think once your oxygen levels consistently drop below 88 to 90%, I think that is an indication that and 88 to 90% despite being on oxygen. If your oxygen is 90% and you are on oxygen and your saturations go up to like 92 or 94, that's good. You can monitor yourself at home. But at the same time, you have to be mindful that sure, your oxygenation is getting better, but are you short of breath? Are you able to talk in full sentences? So if you're symptomatically not getting better, obviously seek help and try to get into the hospital. try to go into the emergency room and get yourself evaluated. If your oxygen is consistently 88 or below despite being on oxygen, that is again an indication that you need to go into the hospital and be monitored in a more closer setting, in a more closer observation setting.